the guy, the crackhead that's crossing the street, stops in the middle of the street, says, "I love you. I love you, man," and points at the dude. And he goes, "Let me suck your dick."
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Intrusive Thoughts Podcast. I am Bryce. This is my friend Diego here. We are back, and
It's a little late for us right now
because I had a little interesting time before work. I'm pretty upsetto spaghetti-o. You know what I'm saying, Diego?
Spaghetti?
Upsetty spaghetti. Except mine's with spaghettios.
Oh.
But no, I was late for this podcast because I had a buddy of mine just get fired, obviously. Man, it was really upsetting. It was really a hard time because he was very good. I don't know if you have a work bestie. You all know your work bestie, you know what I'm saying? The one you always go
I've had a
to.
work bestie,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, so we all know how we go to our work bestie for everything. This is my work bestie, and he just got fired for reasons that were totally out of his hands, which is what makes me so upset about it.
What are those out of his hands?
So we work in a warehouse, right? So we have a point system. So like we get like 14 points before we get fired. If you call out, it's like 2 points. If you leave early, it's 1 point. If you don't no call, no show, it's like 5 points, right?
So if you call out, they'll still make you have points?
Yeah, so if you call out, like say you're sick a day and you just call out and you're like, "Hey, I'm sick today, I can't come in," and you don't have like any PTO or no, you don't get a replacement. If you don't have like PTO or something to cover it.
Okay,
you know?
that makes sense.
But
I also kind of thought.
But if you call out, you still get points no matter what. No matter what.
That's stupid.
You only don't get points if you like previously set that scheduled day. You know what I'm saying?
That's kind of stupid because sometimes sick days come.
Right, and like so, which is why
unexpected.
here, like we live in Nevada, our general area, right? So we have a Nevada Day law type stuff. You know what I'm saying? So we get 5 Nevada Day laws. So you get 5. It's basically our 5 sick days. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you shouldn't get pointed or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But this was happening throughout the previous year. It was towards the end of the year. We probably already used all this. The point is we had a supervisor last year who, because we go through supervisors like crazy because no one can do their job properly.
Yeah.
And so we had a new supervisor and she was cool. She was whatever, you know, she like was a chill person. I'm sure a very good, decent person out in real life, just terrible at like multi-management. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She couldn't do her job. And I swear, if you're going to be in a management position, you should know how to multitask. You know what I'm saying? You can't go into a job. We're going to have to do tons of different things and manage a bunch of people and do all this stuff if you can't multitask.
Yeah.
And she just could not for the life of her do that. So we have a thing where we could come in and like say, hey, say I work 6 to 3. If I ask and like, hey, I previously make this time with you and be like, hey, can I come in at say like 8 to 5:30 or whatever, to make up for the hours. Yeah. And you still get your 8 hours. That's fine, right?
Yeah.
All she has to do is be like, yeah, okay, and then put it in. The problem is we would say this to her and she'd be like, yeah, okay, and then never put it in, so we got pointed for being late.
Yeah.
Which, even though we worked our 8 hours, we continuously still got pointed.
Mm-hmm.
So without this knowledge, we're getting pointed while
you're thinking.
We still think we have points and stuff. So we're just continuously getting pointed without our knowledge. And then our supervisors are so bad, we're not getting our like a one-on-one monthlies where we're supposed to be like, hey, you're at this many points, you're at this level, like you're doing your production is this, blah blah blah, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
We're not getting those because our supervisors are always new, they're always coming in, they're always getting fired because they don't know what they're doing, they can't do the job, blah blah blah. And so we're not getting any of this stuff. We're not getting told our points or anything. So my buddy has no idea what points he's at.
Yeah.
So he's thinking he's at set amount of points when he's really at like 15, 20. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like I had this similar situation where I was at 8 points, and then all of a sudden I finally like talked to my manager. I'm like, hey, where I'm at, I know I'm out of PTO, so I want to like use my points so I can call out or something. You know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden I'm at 14 points, like ready to get fired. Like I'm like,
yeah, you're ready.
Whoa, like yeah, and like they're out of nowhere, and like eventually this supervisor just up and left out of the blue. not to say anything. And so when I finally figured out that this was what was happening, and I tried to question it, the new supervisor, who obviously doesn't know her job, didn't do anything about it. So we ended up just taking all these points for no reason. Okay. And so he ended up getting fired for this supervisor's negligence out of his, like, without his knowledge. Because, like, how are you supposed to know where your points are at if you're not, like, if you can't talk to a supervisor to figure out where you're at or whatever? And even if you do, the supervisor has no idea what they're talking about. So it could just be a throw in the ballpark type situation, you know? Yeah. Like, it could be anything. They have no idea what they're talking about. They have no idea what they're looking at. They have no idea the numbers. Yeah. Because, like, they keep track of a total set of numbers, blah, blah, blah. It's a whole, like, complicated situation. Yeah. But, like, it's so unfair to me that these supervisors aren't going in and doing their job and checking all the facts and just going off of what they, like, are getting told. Whatever they're told, whatever they're looking at, just to save their own asses. And it pisses me off.
Yeah. No, I mean that's completely.
And my buddy who's like raising a kid and stuff, like, he does his job. He's been coming in for the past 3 months, 10 hours every day, like on the dot every day, overtime, blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? And he got fired for stuff that was totally out of his control. And it really pisses me off because there's probably a lot of people out there who get fired for unjust reasons like that, where they're totally unaware of what's going on in the background because no one's talking to them, or they have no choice to, like, know where to get this information from. Yeah. And it's just, it's a super messed up situation where, like, you're just going to get screwed over, you know? Mm-hmm. So it really pissed me off. And I was late today because of that, because I was so mad that, like, I got off at 4 and, like, I was supposed to be here, but I was just talking to people, and, like, because everyone was asking me, like, what happened, and I'm trying to explain all the, like, the situation to everybody, and I'm like, dude, this is what happened. It's unjust. And I low-key, I was waiting for our big boss man, because he's also new, but he's, like, really trying to take into account of our people and stuff. So I was going to talk to him. I was like, dude, you guys just fired a really good worker for an unjust reason. You need to go back and look up the facts to figure out, like, what's going on, because you're really about to lose a hard worker in our department because you guys aren't taking the time to do your job.
And I mean, just forget about that. At this point, like, the people are gonna be like, well, if they're not doing their job, I'm just gonna leave this job.
Right.
They're gonna quit. You guys are gonna have less people now.
Like, a lot of our, like, longtime employees who've been there for, like, 20 plus years have left over this past year because of, like, how poor the management is. And you lose a lot of good employees that way. Like, a lot of hardworking people who will do the job if you just take care of them and, like, listen to them, like, just a little bit. Because, like, these are people who know what they're doing, know their job, know how to do it in, like, a timely manner, and you're just going to neglect them because you're too lazy. Like,
no, that's completely,
you know what I'm saying?
We'll be mad and pissed off at that, because I mean, it's true. Like he got fired for not even his reason, and you're over here. So you're over here basically having the same problem at this point. And
no, yeah, right. I'm, like, right behind him, and it's the fact that, like, I only barely got saved because I was at that cusp of getting fired too. But because they weren't looking at it at the time, I barely got down below the time before they started looking at it and firing people. Yeah. And it sucks because I'm sure he was over it, and he took a day off recently because he thought he could. Yeah. And that's probably why they looked at his points and were like, "Oh, whoa, what's this guy doing?" And then just fired him without taking the time to look, you know? Yeah. And it just pisses me off. It really makes me mad that good people like that can get fired over other people's just negligence and, like, laziness. It's so wrong in so many different ways. And it makes me so angry because he was such a good guy. He was a hard worker. He did his job properly. He never was late, dude. And if he did, he always made up the time, double time. Like,
he always made up.
Yeah, and, like, so there was no reason to point him or do anything like that. But they just didn't care, and they didn't want to freaking take the time to talk to him or get to know what the situation was or whatever. So it's just, they just screwed him over, and it's a really screwed up thing that happened to a really good guy. That just really makes me mad. But that is why I was late for this podcast. Besides that, I forgot what our main topic was.
Our
I've
main
been
topic-
so heated since that.
Our
So
topics were our cop experiences or
Right,
any
right.
experiences we've experienced from like seeing things or anything.
right.
Like that.
So yeah, I asked if you had any like crazy experiences you might have seen out in your wildlife days. You know, your expeditions out in the real world.
Yeah.
You
So
know.
I do have one.
Okay,
It
alright.
just literally happened recently when I was coming over to your house.
All right, sick.
So I was driving down here, and that little fence that you have over here for like kids to play, like
Right.
that tennis court or whatever.
yeah.
That's right. Yeah. So I was watching two kids play.
Okay.
No, that's not. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on.
Pause.
Hold on. Pause. I was driving by, and I was coming to your house. And as I'm taking the turn, I see two kids, and one kid is African American.
100%
The
understandable.
other kid's white,
Uh-huh.
and the white kid has a stick, and the black kid is against the fence, being whipped. That's all I'm saying.
Are you telling me you just saw
I saw
modern
modern
racism?
day racism.
Modern day
Yep.
slavery, bro.
Yep, and they looked at me, and the white kid kept doing it. I was just like, "All right, that's not my business."
He looks over at you. I'm just doing my job, sir.
I was like, I'm just gonna mind my own business. I'm not gonna deal
I
with it.
paid handsome money for this, man.
Yeah, dude, it was just so funny. I'm just driving and I listen to music, and I just look over to my left, and I just see the white kid just whoop him, and but the black kid's like not even doing anything. Like he's just sitting there on the fence. I'm like, damn, this kid's just taking it like how they used to. It's not my.
What, do you think they wanted to take it back then?
I was just like, damn, bro. I mean, I'll mind my own business then, bro.
That's messed
That
up.
was that was one of the wild things that I've seen in a while.
It's you just sat there and watched it.
Watch
You did
modern
nothing
day
to help that
slavery.
child. Yeah, you did nothing.
I couldn't like. It seemed like they were friends. Literally, like the black, like the white kid stopped, and they were just hanging out talking. So I don't know what's going on,
hey
man.
man, is this whipping nice? He's like, yeah, man, you just don't worry. He's like, you gotta really put your back into it, you know. He's just helping his friend out. He's just thinking about the future. you know?
Yeah. Yeah, so that was a wild thing I saw.
He's like, yeah, it's pretty wild to see
No,
modern
definitely.
racism.
Yeah, definitely. I didn't think I was ever gonna.
That's
see
pretty. That's pretty wild.
Yeah.
I don't remember ever doing that as a child.
I don't think we ever did that. I don't know what's going on.
I think I did a lot of stupid things as a kid, but I don't think I ever did blatant slavery like that.
We may have called ourselves the N-words once or twice, but I mean,
Maybe. I'm not gonna
It's a
confirm that.
that's a joke.
Yeah, I'm not gonna confirm that. But that is pretty wild. You know what's funny? Actually, since we're talking about stuff in my neighborhood,
Oh, I thought you were gonna say stuff about slavery. I was like, damn, damn, Bryce, what? You got a whole fucking plantation?
I got a whole plantation in the bag. Don't worry. They're not black people, but
That's why we don't see Colby. That's why Colby's not here
That's why
today.
Colby's,
He's
yeah.
working out in the yard.
Yeah, he's got to make up for those.
Remember the missed time he did on the last
Yeah.
podcast?
Yeah, but no. Actually, what's funny is how the place right behind us, right here. So I was getting ready for work one day, and I ended up, I left, and I came back because I went to go to the store to grab something right before work. So I came back because I forgot like my wallet, and I can't go into the building without my wallet because it has my card or whatever.
Okay.
So I come in, and so I grab my card, and I'm getting ready to leave, and I'm driving down the street, and the street that I just went down, like not even 5 minutes ago, has now 30 plus cop cars. Like you know what I'm talking about, but this whole street right here filled with cop cars,
Oh
like
my
both
God,
sides,
dude.
both sides up and down,
Jesus.
and then that first left turn right here,
Yeah.
all cop cars. All cop cars.
Someone
So-
was playing GTA 5, dude. And giving me
He had all 5 stars.
yeah.
But this guy right behind me, apparently what happened was he barricaded himself in his home
Okay.
and then claimed to have a hostage
Oh my God.
with like a firearm and stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there was like 40 to 60 cops just out in the street in front of this guy's house, right in my backyard. And the thing is, I didn't think about it, but when I left the house, I walked out and there was 2 cops right here
Yeah.
just standing in his backyard, and I looked at him and I was like, "Hey." And they just looked at me and were like, "Hey." Yeah, it was just like a casual hey. And then I left, and that's when I saw all the cop cars, and I was like, okay. And so this guy claimed to have a hostage and stuff, so they were like in a hostage situation, which is why they didn't breach the guy's house right
Yeah.
away. And as I was leaving, I see
Guys didn't play Rainbow Six Siege.
no, they didn't play Rainbow. They didn't know the tactics, bro.
No.
Because it's funny, the SWAT team started pulling up as I was
Shit,
leaving and
bro.
stuff.
I hope they didn't bring
Like
a
a whole ass a whole ass 2 SWAT vans pulled up. And so at that time I left. So like I was gone, I went to work.
Yeah.
But like that's what I left too. And so when I came back, my brother who lives here, right? I asked him, I'm like, what the hell happened? And he's all, well, they raided their house. They threw tear gas in there, raided it, because I guess they figured out there wasn't a hostage or something, or maybe there was. I can't remember. But they went in there, raided it, fucking tased his ass, took him away. And I was like, yeah, that's really all. They're like, yeah, they had to clear us all out. Like they evacuated the entire neighborhood except my brother because they didn't know he lived. so
Your brother's like, I got a bomb.
he's just in the line of fire, just casually like in his room playing games, listening to
Well,
all
it's
this.
just they also did just see you leave, so they're like, okay,
Right,
this house,
right, yeah.
this house is empty.
And
don't see any
there's
movement.
there's no like car, like
Yeah.
I took my car and stuff,
Yeah,
and
so they're like, there's no movement in that
Right.
house. That guy just left to go to work.
yeah, I'm
We're all good.
hey.
Yeah, I just
Hey.
get out.
It was so casual.
Yeah, I'm surprised they were casual and they didn't
Yeah,
tell you,
they
hey,
didn't-
we
They
need you
didn't
to
say
leave this
anything.
area.
No,
'Cause I guess they didn't want panic or whatever.
I want to
So-
assume they didn't want the like
So-
people to panic.
Because this is what
It was-
5 in the morning.
Yeah, no. At this time, it was like 10 to 11 in the morning.
Oh, okay.
So like that was back when
it
I
was-
went in the later schedule and
Okay,
stuff.
okay.
But yeah, no, that was 10, 11 in the morning, and freaking they're just dealing with some hostage situation. So I guess when they found out there was no,
You're just over here.
yeah, I was just minding my own business. There's a hostage situation going on in my backyard and stuff. They're all freaking just get out of the ground. I'm over here making a tea for myself, and hanging out, getting
You're
ready
making
for
rice. You're just chilling, playing with your dog.
Just-
yeah.
getting ready for my average normal day. You know what I'm saying?
These guys are like, get down on the ground.
You know?
He's got a gun.
Bang, 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 bang. And I'm just like I'm you know what I am? I'm Stan Lee in that movie of Spider-Man. I forget which Spider-Man movie it is, but
I was like-
he's in the library. And
Oh,
he's
the basic Spider-Man one.
yeah, there you go.
He's just cleaning.
He's just clear. Just Spider-Man's
There's a fucking
fighting.
mess in the back.
Yeah, yep. That was how it went down. 'Cause there was a whole gunfight in the
Oh.
background, but I was just over here making rice,
Chilling out, vibing.
just hanging
Thank
out.
God you weren't playing on your loudspeakers.
I was just
Bomb has been armed.
bomb has been planted. They're all like, "What? There's a second one. Get him!" Oh, no.
Oh my heart. Jesus.
Yeah, I know. So that was right in my backyard. That was this guy right here.
Nice.
It was pretty interesting. I didn't think much of it until I saw the 40 cops down the street, and then the SWAT cars pulling up and stuff. I was like,
You're
"Oh,
just like, oh
that
wow.
was pretty interesting."
Not my problem.
Yeah, but they tear gassed the guy and then dragged him out. And
I wonder how tear gas feels.
probably hurts. I feel like it would. I think it's the
Is
same
it like
sense.
an onion?
Yeah, that like, but worse. But like 10 times
Yeah,
worse. I want to
so,
assume.
like a pepper spray, basically.
Yeah, like pepper spray, but freaking onion
Yeah.
pepper spray. There you
Something
go.
like that.
Something-
Something like that.
So, yeah, there you
I'm gonna
go.
add a hot sauce to my pepper spray, bro.
Oh my god,
Imagine that.
dude,
Someone said
that's devious.
pepper spray hot sauce. Oh my lord!
Isn't that
dude.
technically what like pepper
I think
spray
that's
is?
what- I think it might be spicy.
It's just spice. It's spicy spray.
That's why you gotta you
pepper
yourself.
spray.
You have to train yourself. You have to start spraying yourself every day with pepper spray. So next time,
Don't cops do that or something?
I think
Or army?
I think
Someone does that.
I think Army does that. I don't think cops do that.
You don't think cops get tased, don't they?
I think everyone gets these, but yes, cops do get.
Oh,
tased
okay.
now and
All
then.
right. I don't know.
Just so you're a little more resistant to it. Just
That's what we gotta do when
him
Jackson gets back. We gotta tase him, see if he really got resistant.
in the balls. See if he got really-
Are you resilient enough? Yeah.
Shoot him with a gun. Shoot him with a gun. See if he's resilient to a bullet.
If you're not Superman, are you really set for the military?
If you can't dodge a bullet, are you really the Flash?
Should you really be in the military? Honestly, we only want the best.
Lord.
Oh no, I have a lot of cop situations. In my
I
life,
mean, this
actually.
isn't a cop situation, but it happened to me in Colby a while
Whoa.
back, a couple of years ago.
Oh,
It wasn't a cop story, but we mention it every time we pass by the place.
oh,
And there's so we were downtown one day. It was me, Colby, and another friend, Jackson.
okay.
Jackson, I don't remember what we were gonna do. I think we were gonna go watch a movie.
Is this the Applebee's story?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay.
That one I can talk about.
Different
Different
time.
But anyways, so we were gonna go watch a movie. I don't remember what movie we were gonna watch, but it was just the three of us. And Jackson was like, "Oh, hold on, I want to go see if I can get my ears pierced or whatever." Like that.
Oh.
And I was like, okay.
Okay.
So we went to go get his ears pierced, somewhere downtown, and everything. And so me and Colby are sitting outside. They have a little table outside because we weren't gonna go in and get our ears pierced. So we were just waiting outside. We were chilling out, me and Colby. We were just sitting there, and there's a bus stop on the other side of the place. So there's a bus stop directly. So we're just sitting there and everything, and we're just watching cars go by and stuff like that, chilling out. And we see people obviously sit down by the bus stop, and so so Colby's like this. Oh, he's across from me, and I'm right here, obviously where I'm sitting.
Right.
So I'm just like looking that way. I see a crackhead. Obviously, it's downtown.
Nice,
it's a crackhead.
right. So typical downtown.
Yeah, typical downtown.
Right.
I don't know if you guys have that over there where you guys live, but we have
We have
a lot of
crackheads downtown.
crackheads over here. But anyways, so I'm watching this guy, just this crackhead start crossing the street, and this guy at the bus stop is just sitting there. I think he's alone, and the crackhead that's crossing the street stops in the middle of the street, says, "I love you, man," and points at the dude, and he goes, "Let me suck your." And Colby just died of laughter. It was just like, oh my god, no way.
What?
And, dude, it was so funny because we were laughing our ass off, and Jackson comes outside. He's like, whoa, what happened? I'm like, bro, you won't believe it. You just had to be there, bro. But oh my god, dude. That homeless man is just like, I love you, man. I love you. Let me suck your, just. And it sounded like the guy that says, "Twist this, the old twist." Like he literally sounded like that dude. I don't know if it was the same dude, but the way he said it, it sounded exactly like him. Dude.
Oh my god.
And we were dying, and we were every time we go by there, we always say, "Let me suck your." Just to remind ourselves for that moment. That was a special moment.
That was the very
Jackson didn't get his ears pierced in the end, though.
It was a destined moment just for you guys.
Yeah,
to
it
do
was
that.
just for me to go witness it.
That is so good.
That is a moment I will never forget. I want that. If my memories are able to be downloaded onto a computer, I want that memory downloaded. I want that played at my funeral. I want that played at my funeral.
If you died first thing, I'm gonna tell that story. I'm like, this is a story he wanted me to tell you guys. There was one guy at a bus station. He saw a crackhead. And he said, let me suck your dick.
Oh my god!
I love you, Diego.
Oh Jesus! Oh my god, dude, that was so funny. Oh, dude, it's so vividly in my head. Bro. Legit, like I close my eyes and think about it sometimes.
I dream about that dude. Sometimes he gets that.
Sometimes he sucks. That's how you know he's a real bro.
Sometimes he really gets it. What did that guy say? What happened? Wait,
nothing. The guy just was amazed. He's just like, what do I say? Like,
shocked. He was just.
He's like, do I accept the offer? Or what?
He went, and then
he said,
maybe.
Well, yeah, no, the guy just walked. He walked back. He didn't even walk forward. He just walked back where he came from, and I never saw him again. He's gone. I don't know if that was.
It was a one-time offer and a one-time offer only.
That was a miracle from Jesus.
That's. I don't even know what to say.
I don't know what to say that one.
That is actually the best story. I could only dream to have an experience like that in my life.
I hope you have that experience at some point.
One day, I hope someone comes up to me and just says, "I want to suck your," and turns around and walks away. That's it. That's
Never to be seen again.
Never want to see him again. But that's the whole situation. I feel like I would have made it by then. I feel like I would have succeeded in life.
I hope you did.
I hope you did too. Honestly, I hope that man makes it somewhere. Whether it's sucking or
doing crack.
Or doing crack.
He's doing something, bro.
That's pretty good. I like that story. That's a pretty good story. I don't think I have any stories like that.
I don't know. What do you?
Wow,
You gotta
okay.
have something.
Not like a crackhead. I mean, like,
You gotta have
I've seen crackheads. Like, I've been out to dinner and like a crackhead's banged on the window before, but like
that's a weird one.
he just started like, I hate you,
Michael, don't leave me here, Michael.
Jason. But no, yeah. I've had God. We were on cop topic.
Yeah, we had cop
That was a main one, and then we're on crackheads. So
Do you have a comment? Do you have another comment?
I have loads of cop stuff.
Oh, no, shoot
I
away.
have loads. I mean, let's see. So there was let me tell you about actually my first cop experience. So my first cop experience was actually really, it wasn't like a super bad one. It wasn't terrible, but it was me and my buddy, my good old best friend back in the day. I'm not gonna name him, but we would go out, and it was like, God, like almost midnight, and we were going out to like sneak out and see these two girls that we were really into or whatever. But so we stuck out and we ended up meeting these girls, and like we're like, at the time we're like obviously like the people you go to who are like, oh, they're the like druggies or whatever, you know, like I was very much known as like the druggy kid or like the alcohol, you could have fun with that kid, you know, type deal. But so we went out and we met these two girls, and we brought my little pipe at the time and a little bit of weed, and so we went out.
Marijuana?
Little
Mary Jane?
Mary Jane, you know what I'm saying?
Devil's Kush.
Little devil lettuce, you know.
Oh my god.
We went to this park close up by. You probably noticed this one, right? Like up towards Stead.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
By my house.
Yeah, a little farther up.
Okay.
And then, so we went up there, like, hung out. We were smoking some pot, you know, getting high, and then hanging out. And I went out, and there's this little grass field in front of the park, and I went out to go lay down because I didn't really care for anything. I was just a reckless kid. I was whatever. So I went and laid down. But the girl who was interested in me, she joined me and like followed me out and like we went and laid down in the little grass. Oh, you're so cute. While my buddy and the other girl were talking up there, and they had the pipe and stuff. So like I had my backpack, which
had the weed.
Unfortunately had weed in it. But I thought the weed was up with them.
Yeah.
And so like I thought they had the pipe. They had the pipe. I thought they had the weed and everything else. So I thought I was chill. And so what ended up happening was we were hanging out, we were laying down, and then all of a sudden while I'm laying down like cuddling with this girl, this light just whoosh, whoosh flies over us. And I immediately know what it is. I look over, and it's a freaking cop. Little red and blue, waving his little flashlight over us. And he's just yelling at us, like, what are you doing? And we're all like, huh? Because, you know, we're kids.
Yeah.
We're like, huh? And so I look back at my buddy, because obviously I know we have weed on us.
Yeah.
I look back at him. He looks back at me, looks back at the girl. The girl looks at him, is like, should we run? And he looks at her like, no. And so he goes over, grabs the pipe, stashes it in like this bush. And then I thought the weed was over there, so I thought he did the same with the weed. So what ended up happening was they gathered all four of us together. They freaking searched us, obviously. And so I felt super confident.
Yeah.
Thinking that the weed wasn't in my
I'm
bag.
good,
and then he goes and checks my bag, whips out the weed, and I was like, oh.
That's not mine, too. I don't know who that is.
No. So I'm like, oh, I can't lie my way out of this. So I'm like, And but they didn't find the pipe. So the pipe was like, it's pretty secure. Yeah. And he's told us if they found the pipe, then we would have been in real trouble because there would have been a way to like actually smoke, you know? So technically they couldn't prove we were actually smoking it.
Yeah.
So
they can only prove you were selling.
Yeah. Well, I know. No, we weren't selling. There was no money or anything. So like they couldn't really prove anything to us. So all they did was just dump it out and like let us go. But the good part about the story, right, is when
you went back to smoking.
No. So what ended up happening is they had to call all of our parents, and so they called the two girls' parents. Me and my buddy, his mom and dad would have absolutely whooped his ass.
Yeah.
And so we called my mom because my mom was really good, and we just lied saying he was my brother. Which immediately fell apart when my mom came because she immediately was like, "Oh no, that's his friend and stuff."
Oh my god!
Immediately fell apart. She did not follow through with the lie.
Oh my lord!
It was very, very bad. But he didn't really get mad at us, which was nice. It was really cool. And so he ended up letting us go. And so what ended up happening was my mom was already drunk, so she had to like bring her. She had to bring her, like, had to have her friend drive her to pick us up.
Yeah.
Which inevitably saved us, because when we got in the car, my mom was mad. She was like, you had me come out, you were getting caught by cops. What the hell? She was just yelling at us. And so they both know we were like, went out to hang with girls. And so her friend, right, sitting there listening to her, like our mom yell at me, and she looks over, is like, so did you at least get any? And my mom immediately is like, are you kidding me? I'm trying to get mad at them right now. What the hell? And immediately gets over it. Immediately is done like being mad. She like was just immediately over it. We got out of it.
Drunk, so I mean.
She got I mean obviously, but like she did never mention it again. Yeah. Never brought it up. She was just chill. Got over it. So we got out of it scot-free because of my mom's best friend.
What happened to the girls? So you never know.
I mean, we talked to them for a little bit afterwards, but they I mean, ended up living our lives, you know.
Yeah.
Never did anything with those specific girls.
I gotta take a pee break. Sorry, guys.
All right, we're taking a little break.
Intermission.
Intermission.
And we're back.
No, we're back. Okay.
All right. So we ended up with you getting caught by the cops with the weed. But
Yeah.
not going to jail. Fortunately,
I've had plenty of. There was another experience where I was down in the lower valleys over there, and where I was hanging out by a school, but I was young. I was
okay. All right. Yeah.
I was in middle school. Okay, at the time.
Sounds about right.
But it was like an elementary school. It was very late at night, so there's obviously no one there.
Mm-hmm.
But they have like security guards, I guess, or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, they usually have like something.
Right. So like I was hanging out, and it wasn't like in the school or anything. It was like the park
you're
right next to the
outside.
school. But like I was smoking weed, so I mean like they got kind of mad at me, and so what ended up happening was they called the cops on me, and I got really scared, so I ran.
Obviously.
And so what ended up happening was these cops pulled up on me at the park, and I didn't want to like, because it was just me. I definitely probably would have like gotten taken or something.
Yeah.
And so I didn't want that. So, and I didn't have much on me except like a little joint or whatever. And so I just booked it into the distance. I just ran. I just ran into the complete darkness.
You was running.
I was running, and I ran into a street, and I just started hopping neighborhood backyards and stuff.
Nice.
And so I did that for 2 miles.
You being Ferris Bueller over here.
I did that for 2 miles.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Only because like I was scared to go straight home, and it wasn't like far. Like I wasn't super far from my place.
Yeah.
But I was scared to go straight home.
Because you were afraid they were gonna follow you home.
That, and there was like a huge gap in between the neighborhood I was in and the neighborhood I should have, like where my place was.
Oh, okay.
So like I felt like there was like cops out there like watching, waiting.
Yeah.
Even though they wouldn't really have known that. They're probably just searching the neighborhood I was in.
Yeah.
But I went way far down and then like looped in a big U all the way around for no reason.
To your house.
And throughout this, I'm like seeing cop cars pass. I'm feeling like I'm all in a stealth video game and stuff,
Yeah.
just fucking sneaking around and shit, you know,
Oh.
just freaking dodging and ducking through fences and stuff, and past cop cars, thinking I'm all cool and stuff. Even though it probably wasn't even that serious.
Yeah.
They probably weren't even looking that hard. They're probably like, oh, the kid's gone. Whatever.
Yeah, like, the kid's gone. It's not too serious.
Yeah, I was just smoking weed. He's just a kid, whatever.
Yes.
Yeah, it probably wasn't all that serious, but to me, I was having like a huge panic attack.
because obviously you're young and
And so, and it sucked too, because like the street I'm on has like really heavy activity. So there's usually a cop like right down the street from it, anyways. So like for a while, I got close to my house, and then that cop pulled up in his area, and I thought he was searching for me. Like a dumbass.
Yeah.
So I hid in these bushes in this ditch right across from my house for like an hour before I realized that he probably wasn't even looking for me, and I could probably just get up and walk across the street and go in my house.
Homie was like, God, please, God, don't help me. The cop's just like, who's that?
It was all
No,
like,
I want to go out.
he probably saw me from the beginning and was like, what is that kid doing?
Who knows?
Like, what's happening over
It's
there?
the opposite of here. When you bust the cops and say,
Hey, it probably would have been the same scenario, dude. Honestly, I don't know.
Dude.
There's another cop situation that we had together, Diego.
Oh, I think I know which one you're
you
talking
know,
about.
you
Sorry.
do. You do know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
There's a little fun, happy stuff. We didn't get in trouble,
Thank God we didn't get
but a lot of other people did.
We would have definitely got in trouble. I
We-
don't know. We should. I mean, we can tell the story. I hope this doesn't. We're good.
No, we're old enough now. Everyone's out of high school from when we were in there.
So we were little wee we juniors.
We've
Ju-
been.
we
Were we
juniors.
juniors? Yeah, we
Yeah,
were
we were
juniors.
juniors.
Yeah.
We were juniors, so it was homecoming night. So we went to go hang out with some friends. One of our friends was driving, and we went to the park where he got caught with the weed. So we were just chilling there, we hanging out, and my bright idea that night, I was like, my parents aren't home. They won't be home for a while.
Let's steal a
They're
bottle.
gone. So I was like, my house is just real close, really close there.
Mhm.
And so I was just like, let's go get some alcohol. Why not? Why
Yeah.
not go get some alcohol?
Everything's better with
Just to
alcohol.
have fun. Just to have a little bit of fun, you know.
Hmm.
And so we go to my house and we grabbed tequila. I think that's all I had, tequila and some rum. We had tequila and rum,
Mm.
and we put it into plastic bottles. I don't remember where we got the plastic bottles or who had
I think we had a leftover vodka bottle, like a big, the big like.
yeah, but we put them in plastic bottles so we could sneak them in.
Oh yeah, the water bottles.
Yeah, they
Oh
were like
yeah,
plastic.
yeah.
They're the plastic recyclable bottles you
Right,
get from the
I
store.
do.
I don't
do.
remember who had them or why we had them, but we put the alcohol in there, and we had like at least 3 to 5 bottles.
The girls that we were hanging with were very mad at us because we did not inform them that we were carrying alcohol.
Yeah, they just thought we were going to my house just to drink a little bit of alcohol.
and then go. We did not inform them that we were bringing said alcohol to
And
drink said
to be
there.
honest, that is our fault.
Yeah,
I'm
just
not
a little
gonna
bit.
be an asshole and be like, no, that is definitely our fault. But anyways, back to the point. So, yeah, we fill up about like 4 or 5 bottles of alcohol, and so we got a jacket. I don't know whose jacket we brought it in, but we had our, I think it was our other friend's jacket. We just had it in his jacket, and so
I don't remember
we
who it
took
was.
it to a classroom, his jacket and everything, because we're like, okay, we'll come back and get this later. So
Yeah.
we were homecoming dance comes around. Obviously, no one's being breathalyzed at that point. So because no one thinks,
Not at first.
not at first. So we're chilling out, and we tell our friend like, hey, let's go get the jacket with alcohol. And so we go. He grabs it, and he comes back, and so we start opening it up. We all take a little bit of shots, basically.
We all took big ass swigs,
Some
big
swigs.
swigs.
And so us three got a little bit, and so we started offering it to our other friends. We were in a group, and we offered it to our groups.
We're a group of fun individuals.
And so we started giving it around, passing it around, obviously. But obviously, I think there was water bottles being sold at the winter.
There was water.
So us having water bottles there wasn't like a big thing because they were selling water bottles, and I mean the tequila was white, so it looks like water. So no one really was just like.
No one knows how to check alcohol at school.
So no one was batting an eye, and so we get farther. I wasn't too drunk because I kind of stopped drinking.
Look, we weren't the huge issues. All right, the huge issues were our buddies that were going a little too hard, who don't normally drink.
Who don't normally drink, and then so we started hanging out. We were having fun, and I guess someone got word of mouth that cops were coming because I guess someone took an alcohol bottle and started spreading around the school. Don't know who it was.
Was that what it was? I thought someone just realized that some certain kids were like obviously intoxicated, and then it got word to like teachers, and then someone called cops.
I think someone took it and then started giving it around. Obviously, everyone started drinking a little bit because it's.
Damn,
We're
are
dumb
our
teenagers.
friends that lame? They just start handing stuff around like that?
It was one individual. We won't say his name, but it was
That's
him.
true, that's
We
true, that's
think it was him who did it.
Was
We're
it
not
that?
friends
Was it
with
that?
him.
Was it that same individual who's also like had a fellow adult save us, or
No,
is it a different individual?
No, it was a different one.
Okay.
So, anyways, so it was. For where I'm speculating, it was that person. That guy wasn't a cool dude, anyways. We weren't really friends with him. He was just part of our group because he was part of our class.
Right.
So,
right. Yeah.
So we so word of mouth was starting to go around, and one of our other friends, he's like, "Hey guys, like, we gotta go." He wasn't drinking. He wasn't drinking at all. He didn't have a swig of anything. He was the sober one out of all of us. I was tipsy, but I wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna throw up and.
Right. I was definitely drunk, but I was definitely aware of everything that was going on.
But anyway, so he came around. He's like, "Hey guys, I just heard cops are coming. They're gonna start
We gotta go."
people." So I mean, I wasn't freaked out. I was obviously a little bit like, "Holy crap!" Like
it wasn't a problem until because we heard about it just in time to get out in a timely manner, right as the cops showed up.
Yeah, and
so they were just showing up as we were leaving.
And so the person who was kind of ruining it for us was the person that I suspect was giving around, but he was freaking out a lot. Just oh my god, I can't be caught drinking.
Oh, I think I remember who the individual is now. Okay.
Yeah, he's freaking out. He's just like, I can't get caught drinking or whatever. He's freaking out a lot. We had to calm the dude down because we're gonna get caught, and he's gonna say shit, and we're gonna get in trouble.
Yeah, and we're all gonna. He's the type of dude to snitch on the whole crowd.
So it's just that homecoming was fun. I enjoyed it. I really did. It was fun.
Oh yeah, it was fun up until we had to book it. And the unfortunate thing about that homecoming is that when we got out successfully because we had inner knowledge about the cops coming. But unfortunately for all the other kids who were drinking and didn't have the knowledge, they got caught.
Yeah, I don't know those individuals who got caught.
I don't know who got caught, but I know a lot of people got caught.
So we basically got out of there because we had help from an adult friend. Yeah,
we luckily had inside knowledge.
And so he got us out, and we were gonna sleep over at one friend's house, and we all hopped in basically one car. Literally, it was like a clown car. We were just. One guy was laying directly on
over. Yeah, there was three of us in the back. One on top of the lab.
I was in the front seat, passenger side.
There's one on the bottom floor.
I looked back. These guys are sandwiched in. I was like, damn. I got front seat because I was the tallest. So it's just they're like, okay, well, Diego gets the front seat.
Yeah, we couldn't have him in the back, bro. He would have took up everything.
I looked back and I just see these guys just.
We're all like this in the back, just literally 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Dude, it was so funny to just look back, but yeah, dude, that night was.
Dude, it was wild. Actually, it was really. It was wild in the fact that as we were leaving, we saw the cops pull up and stuff that, and then you hear the aftermath after and the next day of school, and everyone's like, man, I got caught, and blah, blah, blah. And all these people who got in trouble that night.
And I'm pretty sure it wasn't just us who brought.
No, but I'm pretty sure we were the main reason they got called.
Yeah. But yeah, and the guy that we said that, or I suspect did it, also, we don't know. We heard, I don't know what I should say this or not, but he might have. I don't want to say it because I don't want to accuse him of doing it, but there was a girl that got.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Kind of a sleeping pill, basically.
Yeah, I remember he got accused of that, and that's when we all just basically were like, no, we're not even we're done.
Basically.
We can't.
If you're getting, he wasn't liked from the start.
Right, and it sucks because it wasn't something that you would no, he would never. It was something I could see him doing that.
It's just
so it was
the thing is, there was also, I guess, witnesses that saw him go to a place and I guess purchase some kind of sleeping pill
right
that night or that day as well. So we're just like, okay, there's that evidence. But of course, we weren't gonna accuse him because we didn't have any evidence. What were we gonna? They're gonna go off by some dumb teenagers who brought alcohol to high school. He's gonna rat us out for one, so that's another thing. Well, I'm basically ratting us out now, but I don't know.
We're adults now. You can't accuse us of nothing.
Maybe. My lawyer says not to take this in too deep. But anyway.
My lawyer said that. I don't have a lawyer. I'm broke. Sue me all you want. You ain't getting nothing from me.
I'm not a lawyer either. I was just lying. You're supposed to lie. Sir. No, but yeah. So there's a crazy night. Stuff happened. Friends got into a fight. And relationships are kind of ruined.
Friendships ended. Relationships ended.
Kind of ruined.
A lot of things ended that night. A lot of things happened. It was pretty wild.
But it was fun. I enjoyed it. We all enjoyed it.
High school is a great time. High school is a very interesting time.
Yep.
A lot of stuff that happened in high school.
No. Prom night was fun. We weren't really scared that night.
I think everyone on prom night was a little intoxicated. I don't think there was a single.
Dude, I'm pretty sure our principals and teachers were all
right. I don't think there was a
bro.
single sober person in that room. Honestly,
I think they care obviously because they had breathalyzers at the entrance. Yeah, they did. Remember we talked about we had to take a breathalyzer test to get in there.
You're right.
Before going inside prom. I think that's standard for almost every prom.
I have no idea.
I mean, I don't know if it's for us, if it was just for us, obviously. We're not the worst high school, trust me. But, I don't know. I don't know if it's for every high school. I don't know. Let us know in the comments.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Tell me about your crazy high school experiences. Yeah. Tell me about your prom. your homecoming.
Your prom was probably better than ours.
Oh, yeah, probably. We had a very fun senior year.
It was
we didn't even get a senior year,
we're
honestly.
COVID babies. We're COVID people.
Yeah, we didn't get none of that. We just got excluded.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Okay. We went to our junior year. That was our prom experience. We at least got to have our prom experience.
Yeah, we did. We did get to see some type of prom,
so we basically got our prom.
Yeah, it was fun. I had a good time. But yeah, no, it's our little experiences.
That's our little cop experience between you and me. I don't think we've had more than that.
No, I don't think so. I think we're pretty good children, or at least you are. I might not be.
I try not to. I try not to get caught by the cops or get in trouble with them.
I've had quite a few experiences with cops. Nothing that threw me in jail, but I've definitely ran in with a couple cops here and there. So that's always fun. Let me know about your cop experiences.
Do you have any more cop or more funny stories or something like that?
Not for this one. I will leave it for the next one.
Let me see. What can I think?
We're at 56 right now.
We can go a little bit more. I think there's. I was gonna say something and then I blanked out. I don't know. I don't think I have any more. Not that I can think of, but
all right now. Well, I mean, we'll think of more. I mean, there's always. I got plenty of stories. I have childhood trauma to like go forever, man. Like childhood trauma for days over here. You know what I'm saying?
That's the problem. You have trauma. I don't. So
he had a good childhood. He had a life. He had a family, a caring family. Like, what is that?
Yeah, how dare I have a loving family?
Who has those anymore? Honestly, like.
How dare I not have two Christmases?
No, but that's fine. Anyways, I think we can end it right here. We had some good stories on this one. I always like talking about our homecoming story. It's always a fun time.
Stories are fun.
That's always good. We'll have more stories. I don't know what we'll talk about next time, but we'll figure it out. But for this one, thank you so much for joining us in Intrusive Thoughts Podcast. My name is Bryce. This is Diego. We appreciate you being here, and we will always love to have you back in the next one. We'll see you later.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah.